like puddle silt rises after hurrying life, like blossom tripping over itself. These butterflies drew around me, so new and so numerous that soon I saw nothing else, and I could hear them whimper as if they were weeping. But I was the one who wept to see them tumble like empty tents away from me. Where my footprint was, there was a quick moving cloud, a shoal of aspen leaves, and at the puddle's edge, along the muddy shore, among the little wakes, were flocking all the people of the earth, the smoke of my blood curling quietly around the higher leaves. Sisters, brothers, the born and not yet born, all joining colours. We worked across a series of elegies throughout history to look at burial rites across different cultures, working closely together. And in that process, we decided to work with the seafarer, which has sort of elements of Old English, but within Old English is Danish there, and we thought about the relationship of a hand reaching between the two countries. And as a result, we sort of included fragments of the seafarer through the sequence. If truth is to say, it needs its own music for it to survive. And like anything worth the wait, to sing you this truth, I must write my song on your lips, the lips of my listener, the both of us at sea, the changeable sea. As a seafarer out in the elements for days, I listened intently to the song of the sea. And it's how my journey began, learning new lines in the crunch and slap of the waves, wave after wave in that shipwrecking weather, hoping beyond hope that I would survive. At times, I could be my own worst enemy, when all I wanted was somewhere to sleep, as sure and stiff as a cliff in the calm. The prow plummeted in the pinhole of what I could wearily work out in the grain of the snow gale, but then, when the worst of it stalled, my senses slid into shape again, and I could have sworn I could hear the creak of a swan manoeuvring through the fog, calling sharply through the mist like an ambulance siren, unplaceable, crossing over, a sign of renewing life, the fight or flight sense of outnumbering the odds and outliving them too. Then a gannet and curlews would form a chorus as they fought with the wind in their foraging flights, and all these kept me going, even more than my mind or my mead and everyone at home, and whether or when I'd ever see them again. Before long, I'd learned the cliffs by the terns whose cries would often warn me that the weather could be the death of me. I've seen a buzzard shuffle off the snow from its wings when it was suffering too, the both of us hopeful for more than a shiverful of calm. And I'm just going to read one last poem, which is kind of an amalgamation of both our voices together, both Enre, who sends his apologies, sorry, he's not here, and my own voice here is in here too. Greened buttercup, marigold, goosefoot, anemone, greened by the nautilus, the faces of spirits forming cliffs of light like the outblown breath of the earth as the earth renames the dead, hepatica, water lily, lady's mantle, inhaling canines, cuticles, acorns, marsh, as we breathe in and we breathe out the arctic yellow violets, the reddening of crowberries, eardrums of foxgloves, as we breathe in and the earth breathes out, berg, tre, sur, bilberries, dandelions, crackling, multa, as we drop in and we sound out, crevasses together, the forests together the sea, together the flowers, to become the weather, a system of mosses and fungus and crocus and clover, and we breathe out and we take in our names, our faces, our places and names, and become these places, our faces, the names of places, the places we are, Luflunga, Luftan, Lilia, Bla, each spine, each star, both ribs and roots, leaf and lung. Thank you very much.